Hey, it's Matt, Blind Guys Garage. So, here we are. I took a video earlier with my phone that you'll see probably directly after this. So, we bought a big block Chevy yesterday. I don't know when this is going to come out on the camera. So, we bought a big block Chevy yesterday. We got it out of the back of the truck. I started ripping the heaviest parts off the motor to make it where it wouldn't fall off the stand. Consider I'm using the cheapest possible engine stand I could find to hang it on. So, yeah, it looks a little questionable. I think it'll be just fine, though. So, especially now that we got the heavy stuff, the cast iron manifolds, water pump, intake, that kind of stuff, we're about to pull the heads off of it and see what it looks like. So, bring it back as things continue. So, here we go. Hey, it's Matt, Blind Guys Garage. So, here we are. Today, we brought a new project into the shop. Here she is. An old, ugly, big block Chevy. Come out of an old motor homes, when I was told. Don't know, don't care. But, here's what we're going to start work on. I don't know how much I'm on video of me disassembling it, but here's where we're at right now, and I'm going to apologize in advance. I don't have the camera with me, so we're using an iPhone. So, hopefully, footage don't look too rough. I will bring the camera back in for the next couple of videos, but just wanted to get an update as we pulled it off the truck. So here it is. I'm going to get back on it. All right, so here we are. We just got the intake off. Valve covers are off. The guy told me it's a 20,000-ish mile motor. Motorhome caught fire. It's got some dirt and stuff in here, but it's not. Like dirt daubers is what it looks like. The motor itself actually looks pretty good. It doesn't come back black and sooty like you would expect. It's got peanut port heads on it. And there's going to be the problem right there. Full of water. See it? See? Water. So we're going to hope the cylinder walls ain't shot, because I wasn't intending to send it to the machine shop, but if I have to, I have to. It will be what it will be. So I'll bring you back as soon as this one's done. All right, so heads are ready to come off. Let's see how this goes. As we saw before. Yeah. Always a good fun sign. Well, that wasn't as bad as I expected. Oh shit. Maybe it wasn't. Well, the answer to every question I asked is that this thing has to go to the machine shop. So there you go. Try this side. Yep. Everyone's full of water. Almost all of them. Always a good sign to see when you pull your first motor apart. Not really fresh, but yeah. Minus that, this actually would have been a nice motor if it wouldn't have been full of water. So, a lot of rust. You can tell it's been sitting out. Well, there it is. All right, well, there she is. Well, let's grab the light. Cylinder walls don't look that bad. There's some rust and stuff, but they'll clean up. We'll send it to the machine shop, knock it 30, 40, whatever it requires. This is one of the rougher looking cylinders. Oh yeah, that one's bad. It is what it is. And then this one's bad. Once again, it is what it is. We'll be fine. So we'll get it torn down the rest of the way, and that'll be it. Simple, sweet, done. All right, so here's where we're at. We got the motor pulled. Yeah, this is how far we've got it down. It's the next day. I got the balancer off. We're starting to pull this oil cooler off. Right here. It's not that big of a deal. Two Allen heads, and we'll have it right apart. And then we'll get this timing cover and oil pan and all off, and keep going with it. Well, with the timing cover off now, we can see that it appears as if he probably didn't lie to me. It's actually in really good shape. Something I have to remember when dealing with this thing is that it's 30 years old. Probably didn't have the oil change like it was supposed to during that time. But I was told that it only had 22,000 miles on it. So, yep, 4-bolt main like it's supposed to be. That's nice. So, everything looks good. We'll get the rest of it torn down and bring it back once we got it laying on the table. Well, floor, because yeah, my tables are full of junk right now, all of them. So, bring it back once it's all pulled apart, or if I find something interesting. All right, well, I'm over the motor right here in the middle so I can walk around it, be easier to get to. So here's where we're at. We got rods out. The crank looks really good. Crank looks good. Crank looks good. We haven't touched these yet. Haven't pulled the mains yet. So let's do that. All right, so here we go. Let's get this motor turned to the right place first. Turn her up to where those main caps are right about, centered somewhere, give or take. Grab this little impactor gun right here. Something here. Something here. And here. Take this hammer right here, give him a gentle tap, 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 tap. Now it's free. Same thing here, tap, 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 tap. Oops. There it goes. And now it's free. So you grab the cap screws. Don't drop them. And if you do, it's okay because the motor's going to come apart anyway. So, there we go. Pull the cap off. Set it right here beside the motor mount so it don't fall off. Set 2 nuts right here where they won't fall off. Grab your hammer you use to knock the piston out with. I use a rubber mallet wood handle. Just take the wood handle and tap right here on top of the rod bolt. Just like that. And I'll put my knee under where it's going to come out at. Come on now. There she goes. And off the bottom, we're going to move to this side a little bit. Get just the right angle. There it is. Use your knee. Grab it with your fingers on the rod bolts. Use your knee. Don't touch them all the way out. Just like so. Grab the rod cap. Keyway to keyway. Set it back together. Rinse and repeat. It all goes pretty quick and easy. So, I'm actually surprised how easy this has went on this motor, considering. Alright, same thing here. Rod nuts. There you go. Take them both loose. There. Back over here because we're stupid. We forgot our hammer. Where'd I put that thing? Here it is. Hammer. And we'll do the same thing. Tap, 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 tap. I try to leave the bearing shells on the crankshaft just in case my hammer or whatever touches on it. I'm not being quite as gentle as I would with this motor because this one's not going to go back together this way. It's got other parts to it. Come on. A little bit of rust on the cylinder wall. I had to push past it. Alright, drop the hammer. Grab the piston. Don't touch the rod on the way out. Whoop, and we did. So good job there. Although not touching the rod on the way out. Bearing looks old and dirty, but it looks just fine. Nuts are right here. And then we'll pull the crankshaft out. So here we go. Drop this one in the bucket. Put all the others. Grab the impact gun. Take the socket off. You know, All the normal steps you take. All right, if your caps are working properly, grab the two main bolts in the centers, and you'll be able to walk them right off. Boom, boom, just like that. We'll flip it over, we'll inspect the bearing, which is not here. Is it not here? I hope it's not. And it's stuck to the crank, it's all right. And set these in order as you take them apart. So, there's one. Same thing, grab the centers, make sure all the bolts are loose. Grab the center, walk them back and forth, and it comes out. Flip them over, inspect the bearing, and guess what? That one looks fine. You can see a little groove through the center where it's old, but it looks fine. A lot of burnt oil in there. Same thing here, grab it, back and forth, flip it up, check the bearing. No bearing left behind, so that means it's on the crankshaft. And you just continuously repeat the process. Some of them come out real easy, just like that one did. Now the last one tends to be a pain in the keister bomb. So here it is. Let's see how it wants to work for us. I'm probably going to have to get the rubber mallet on it. I will. All right. Grab the rubber mallet down here. Do it right on the side. I might actually have to tap it with something just a little better because that mount's a little soft. Just gently tap, nothing crazy. Do this side. And this side. There he is. When I say gently, I mean gently, very gently. I was not tapping hard at all. I'm really not supposed to use a hammer on the main cap at all. And the thrust surfaces look old and dirty, but they're good. The bearing looks good. It's covered in oil. You wipe your finger through it, and it doesn't have any deep grooves, no grooves, no nothing. So there's that. And then the final piece, the crankshaft. Grab. Well, I'm a dumbass. Can't take the crank out with the timing chain still on it. I'll bring it back. All right. So now, you actually take the timing chain off and you can actually pull the crankshaft out. So, let's see how good this goes. That was easy. 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 Grab the chain. It should walk right off the front. And you grab the chain right here, walk it off. We won't reuse that, so nobody really cares. Here's the 3 bolts that hold the chain in place, or yeah, timing gear in place. There's that one, and that one. Now, let's try this again. I bet it'll come out this time. Grab, walk it out, lift it, stand her up. And there she is. And now we have a disassembled big block Chevy. Let's take a look at it. All right, so now we have a disassembled big block Chevy. Here'll be a look at her. Old dirty oil, but I mean, honestly, when you look down in here though, it ain't covered, it ain't coated, it's just dirty. Just like an old engine should be when you look straight down her right there. Down her cylinder walls, they don't even look that bad. They got a little bit of rust in them from where the water hit them, but other than that, there's a good looking one. What is that? Oh, it's a bearing shell. There you go, bearing shell's gone. And then the camshaft. I know you're wondering how that comes out. So you spin, push all of everything off of it. You have to reach in here and pull all the bearing shells out. Make sure there's no more left in there. And you reach in here and you grab her and you walk her out. Just like so. And yes, I'm being a little rough with her. She will survive, I promise. And it ain't like it really matters because we're not going to be putting this camshaft back in it. So, and just keep spinning it. It'll come out as soon as it pushes any dirt or debris that's on it off, or gets past the lifter that might be stuck in it, because I didn't pull the lifters out either yet. And there's your camshaft. And the camshaft is actually in really good shape. So there you go. One more sign to tell you it's a low mileage engine like the man told me it was. So we'll throw that in the scrap pile. The question I have now is, does it still have a fuel pump push rod in it? Hey, look at that, it does. It's been a fall all the way through in just a second. See? You'll see it in just a second once I turn the motor. There's your fuel pump push rod, sticking right there in the cam hole, right there. So there she is. We got her all broke down. We'll throw a bag on it so there's no more oil drips off in my floor, and push it off until the next time we go to the machine shop. So, hope y'all have enjoyed it. I'm just going to push it off in the corner and clean up the shop and call it a day. I don't know what we're going to do next. We're kind of running out of things I can work on for the moment while we're waiting on parts and machine work. So we may end up bringing a couple old videos back to the channel that I videoed a while back. And just tell me what you think about them. And if you don't like them, I won't bring them back again. Y'all have a good one. Later.